You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
Focus.
Ready when you are, even when you are.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle in the building with the hottest thing going on. And Jay, I'm just telling you right now, if you talk crazy, you might get slapped. But not by me, but by Will Smith.
Hey. Ali, Boomba, Ali, Boomba,
Ale, Boomba.
You should have asked Chris Rock that he wanted to star in Ali 2, the untold story. Bro, my man got slapped like he was $25 short on a $26 bill. You know what I'm saying?
He got slapped like she came with some floppy dollars. He said, "What is this? Is this single? These ones?"
Man, what was that with Dave Chappelle and what was that skit? Wayne Brady.
Does Wayne Brady have to slap a Chris Rock? Does Wayne Brady have to do that?
He Wayne Brady them, son. I ain't even from New York and I'm gonna son him. That made my whole night, bro. That made my whole night.
Stephen A. Smith has retorted and he said, please, everyone tell me this didn't just happen. Please tell me I didn't just see Will Smith. Maybe it was all a joke. Maybe it was all a part of the show.
No. My man, first things first. For all y'all get to be talking about, Will Smith was wrong. Let me break something down to you that you don't understand. All right? Here. Jada Smith has a medical condition. All right. All her hair is falling out. So she had to go out here bald-headed and she don't want to wear a wig. Now, all of you all know that women's hair is their pride. The mere fact of a woman who has enough money to buy whatever hair salon she wants to, but she decided to come out there and make it known that she's got a hair problem. This could be covered up. Nobody would have ever known that she had this issue or situation going on. Now, that was low-hanging fruit for Chris Rock to attack her on that. Now, would you all be okay if she had a mastectomy and he was talking about she couldn't breastfeed children? You know, or he cracked sideways like that? Y'all be like, oh, no. Oh, he should have never said that. He should have never said it, right? I don't care these just jokes. He should have never said it. Will Smith did the right thing. Had I been sitting there, somebody cracked sideways about my woman, and I'm sitting right next to her, he lucky he didn't get a 2-piece biscuit with some honey on it. He lucky Will just slapped him like he was a child, because that's basically what he did, and then turned his back on him because Chris Rock wasn't going to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I think Denzel had stopped him. Denzel told him, please, if you're going to slap somebody, wait till after the show.
Right. You know, it's like any man, all y'all out here talking about, any man out here understands exactly what was going on right there. And any man understood, you ain't going to sit up here. I might not like her, but you ain't going to disrespect her in front of me. It's like, for real? You know what I'm saying? No, hey, Chris Rock deserved all that smack upside his head. He ha-ha. And you're going to probably, if he do something, less than a man, he should just eat that slap. Don't worry about trying to go get a few dollars. So what, you gonna get a few dollars out of Will Smith? Will Smith got a boatload of dollars. He ain't worried about them few dollars. You know what I'm saying? Well,
you know what? As to your point, as any man, he couldn't go home to his children. He couldn't go into his community. Are you gonna be the man that let somebody just say whatever you want to say about your wife in front of you?
Like he wasn't
sitting there,
right? Oh, what man? You just gonna crack? And there was a medical. It could have been anything. Say something about something she was wearing. Maybe her dress. Talking about she was gonna be on the next whatever movie that was coming out. My favorite Martian movie because she had the Martian dress on or something. If you want to crack on that, but that was a medical condition you crack it on. You know what I'm saying? That was low-hanging fruit from Chris Rock. He gonna ha like it was all good. No, it ain't all good. You know what I'm saying? You got smacked. Like, we ain't gonna say what, but you got smacked. and you should have got smacked. And you ate that smack. That's the funny side of it. You ate it and enjoyed it. And he turned his back on you and fixed his suit and walked, and then start hollering at you about it. We went and sat down and interrupted your show some more in front of you on national TV in front of everybody in Hollywood. How you even holding your head up in Hollywood? You know what I'm saying?
All right, Jay. So we got another thing to talk about. You know, sports is one thing, and we talk about sports all the time.
Yeah.
But you've got some stuff going on, and maybe Will Smith was a little frustrated, but maybe he's like other people in the city of Chicago who are frustrated. You know, you got Juicy, and you got things that have happened. I mean,
hey,
but
Chicago.
Hey, he's been
Chicago.
So, you know, they freed Juicy. But
for a while.
Look, man, what do you do about like when your CTA people? Not it's not funny. This is not funny. We're not laughing at the situation. We are, yes, we are. Yes, we are, because this has gotten ridiculous.
This Chicago.
Man, keep your mouths off of keep women's names out your mouth.
This Chicago.
And keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, if y'all ain't from around here, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know some of y'all might be watching from other parts of the country. I'm letting you know this Chicago. And people from Chicago understand what's happening. You know? Now, should the man had the pistol on the job at the CTA? No. However, there is a saying that goes around in Chicago. I'd rather be tried by 12 than carried by 6. And my man got pushed down on the ground by some aggressive passenger. I don't know what the whole rigmarole was all about, but it was no reason for this guy to push this guy. The guy he pushed down looked like this is a person who couldn't defend himself. You know what I'm saying? An older gentleman. He didn't look like he had been, you know, working out too often or anything like that. The man fell sprawled out on the ground, and then all of a sudden,
then that's when keeping it real went extremely wrong. My man goes to go down the elevator. He's done with it. He's like, I'll go down the escalator because I showed him. And then pop, 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 pop. But it was 11 of them. My man almost unloaded the whole clip.
Up popped the weasel, and the weasel goes pop. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Was it right? No. Is that something that happens in Chicago? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Don't put your hands on people, right? At 2 o'clock in the morning. Why we gangstering? But my man, you know, at 95th, that 95th Street stop, that ain't, you know.
Anybody who knows 95th from the city.
You from the hood.
You understand? You get off the train at 95th. It's your stop, and you walk expeditiously. You go and get you a Polish, or you go find your people who are picking you up, but you don't fool around on 95th.
No, you don't hang. You better know somebody up there. I got people who knows people's up there. You know what I'm saying? And you just don't hang around up there if you don't know what's going on. You know, not now. You keep it moving.
This is our PSA, public service announcement. Please, if you come to Chicago, you come to Northwest Indiana, you come to Northwest Illinois, you come to Northwest Chicago.
Right.
Please keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself, because stuff goes sideways. You know, whatever that situation was, it was not necessary for both of them to react the way that they did, but you can see how that thing escalated. You know, and you know, I feel bad for the guy who got shot. You know, and I don't know what was this all about. It was probably something not worth shooting somebody over, and it probably was something not worth putting your hands on somebody over. You know, it probably was something, you know, relatively minute, but that just shows you how things can go really bad if you escalate things yourself, or if you don't keep your head about you. But you know, these type of things happen in Chicago. 95th Street is one of those stops. Got to be careful up there. My man been working there a while apparently, and he's keeping himself safe down there. And like you said, he'll go see the jury, and you know, it'll be what it'll be. But he felt like, hey, I walked away with my life. But he was still walking away with his life anyway. But how many shots did he shoot down the stairs at the dude, man?
I want to say it was 11.
I mean, he was cracking off rounds like he was at the OK Corral, like he was backing up Doc Holliday. You know what I'm saying? He was letting them fly. I was like, oh my God. I thought you couldn't carry clips like that in Chicago.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I thought it was 10-round clips. That was it.
Well, you know what that means.
Oh man. Oh, it was just bad, bro. It was just bad. Yeah, it was one of them nights, man. I was getting ready to go sleep. But I got notified concerning the Chris Rock slappity slap, you know what I'm saying? And then now the 95th Street shoot him up. Oh, it's just incredible. These things happen. You hope for everybody that everybody's okay. You're glad that is. Oh, did the fella actually get shot? Well, I don't want anybody to get hurt in a situation like that. But however, don't put your hands on people.
I believe he was in critical.
Well, let's hope he pulls out.
Yeah.
On that situation, let's hope he pulls out and that he's okay down the line. But these things happen in the city. I mean, they happen in a lot of places, but Chicago's notorious for things happening. Anybody knows when you go in the city, you have to have your game face on. I'm born and raised outside Chicago, and you got to have your game face on. And I don't go down to Chicago as much as I used to, just because of that. Stuff gets sideways down in the city real quick. Stuff can escalate. So, hope that he makes a good recovery, and and all parties involved get the best result that they possibly can. But but back to Chris Rock though. Can we go back over there one more time? For a lot of people, they thought this was staged. I'm surprised by that people would think that this was staged between Chris Rock and Will Smith. Where were the ha-has in that? And some people are saying, well, Will Smith was wrong about that, and Chris Rock. Everybody thinks that was okay what Chris Rock said about Jada Pinkett Smith. That was okay. Would you have sat there if your wife was sitting there and somebody cracked on her? You know what I'm saying? Would you have done that? I don't know.
There is no way. You respect people, and you respect their space. You respect who they are as an individual. But it's both ways. And to something Will Smith said earlier this evening, people think just because you're a celebrity, because you're an actor or actress, you're just supposed to stand there and take it. Like, it's okay. No, I mean, it's not okay. It's never okay.
What man is going to be able to go home to his wife or with his wife in the car and you allowed another man to disrespect her? What? Any man out here with any salt, you know what that ride's going to be like. You can't even look at her in the face. Every time you look at her, she just be shaking her head like I knew it all the time. You know what I'm saying? You lost disrespect in your house, the respect of your children, her family. You ain't gonna take up for her? It's like, no, yeah, he had to do something. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you think he was gonna go up there and do what he did?
No.
But but he only touched him lightly though. Will Smith did play Muhammad Ali. And Will Smith was punching in bags a little harder. If he wanted to, he could have gave him a 2-piece with a biscuit. You know what I'm saying? And that Chris Rock could have been still laid sprawled out on the Oscars, but that's what you get. Don't get talking crazy about people. I mean, even as a Christian, you're supposed to turn the other cheek, but I don't think a Christian man out there is going to let another man talk about his wife in front of him.
No,
that ain't gonna happen.
No, I don't think he can.
No. Ali Boombaye. Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know where to start or begin with that, but okay. So let's start and begin with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
The NCAA Final Four is already set in place, Jay, and the most chalkiest of chalk is now on the playing field, now on the hardwood, is the best of the best. I mean, the bluest of the blue. What blue do you choose? Jay Sizzle, we're talking about the Blue Bloods. We're talking about Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, and Villanova. You're talking about all blue all the time. This might be one for the ages. You've got one of the sages of basketball leaving in his final hurrah. You've got a former player and champion. You've got an old, salty, finely dressed man who will bring his team to valor. And by the way, you got another team with some paid hitters that go out there to hit when they hit. So, Jay, what say you about the Final Four?
You know what? Cream rises to the top. You saw Duke look a little shaky early in the tournament, but they got their feet up underneath them. UNC was in control the entire time. There's a reason why those guys play at North Carolina and not at St. Peter's. We saw the difference in talent. You can have a hard hustle and muscle, but when you have talent that is motivated, that not going to want to get embarrassed on their floor, you're going to find out real quick. You saw 3 or 4 guys off that North Carolina team that's probably going to play in the NBA. And they showed you why they're going to play in the NBA, because they just completely outclassed St. Peter's. Congratulations to them for their final run. Now, this is a pick 'em out here. I mean, I'm looking at Duke UNC. My heart says Duke, but UNC look good. I think Duke is the best overall team left right now. I just think they're the cream of the crop. I think Kansas, Villanova, that's going to be just a heck of a game. But I think Villanova is just not big enough to defeat Kansas. I just don't think they are. I think Kansas is just going to get after them because they're just bigger than them. And then I think you're going to see Kansas Duke in the final, and I think you're going to see Coach K walk away with a championship. I think you know, it's been written.
It's really eerie. It's creepy how this kind of came together. Now, Villanova's Justin Moore is set for an MRI, and that MRI came back, and when he went, now he will have to undergo surgery for a torn Achilles.
Right, and that's bad.
For Villanova, that's a devastating loss to lose one of their best guards on the team. But it also opens the door for Kansas to come in, as you said, with their length and size.
Yep.
Now, with Duke and North Carolina, there's size. It's size on size.
Yeah.
But you've got to see if North Carolina can make shots and if Duke can just maintain. Somehow, Jay, I feel this eerily, it shakes out weird for Coach K. I'm not a Coach K person, but this may be the hurrah that he rides off into the sunset.
I think what happens now, I think the people always talk about, well, we're not going to look at the letters on the front of the jersey. But there's no way that you don't look at the letters on the front of the jersey when it is the Duke Blue Devils. And they're in the Final Four, and they're in the warm-up line. They bring history with them. They're one of the most historic college basketball teams ever assembled under Coach K for a long period of time. They've turned out really great teams. Now, have they turned out as many great pros out of Duke as you would think there would be? But a lot of solid ball players came out of Duke. It's almost like, Notre Dame football somehow or another. It's that majesty. They might not be winning championships, but there's something about the Golden Domers when they come to play. And there's something about when the Duke Blue Devils show up. They're known greater than any other team out there. Now, the one thing about Kansas is Kansas has been doing this a long time. They've been turning out really good ball players and top flight pros coming out of Kansas. And I think you're going to see a Kansas-Duke final, which is probably going to be one of the better games that we've seen, because I think you're just going to see hard scrapping, good coaching, guys who can make shots. And I think it's going to be one of these things. It's going to be worth the time spent watching it. Sometimes you get these finals and it's like, oh, well, it's okay. They get smoked early, and then your nachos are all soggy, and it's no fun. But I think this game is going to be fun all the way through. I think it's going to live up to the hype. Now, if UNC can pull this off, you get a UNC Villanova, that's a nice matchup. So either one of these teams, it doesn't matter who gets into the final. I think it's going to be a good final regardless.
Yeah, it's really a pick 'em, as you said. This is a what say you, who say you, what blue do you choose? And you've got a good any way this goes. At this point, when you're looking at number one seeds that are taking themselves all the way to the Final Four and then to the last dance, I mean, you can't go wrong with this one. I don't think anybody can be upset. Now, I do understand. And mad shout out to Jersey, mad shout out to the people there.
I know,
that
right?
team fought. You felt bad for a second when you looked at those young men because they gave it everything they had. But to your point, Jay, when you're going against the best, you've got to have your A-plus game. I mean, your game has to be intact from the beginning to end, from jump into the final whistle. And it just didn't happen for St. Peter's. But I madly respect it.
St. Peter's had a lot of good looks close that they didn't convert.
Right.
And had they did that, it's possible and they can stay close by half. Maybe you get North Carolina pressing a little bit. But when North Carolina jumped on you and now you couldn't find a way, and all of a sudden now they're hitting the three ball, and now they're penetrating into the paint and they're dishing to their big man. That's a lot different than just dumping the ball down there. We had one commentator said that today, that, hey, they weren't just dumping the ball down into their big man and letting the double team come in. They were actually penetrating, drawing the defenders to them and then dishing off to their big man, who now is got that one-on-one skill. I'm 6'8", you're 6'4". I'm a Division I basketball player. You play for a Division I school. There's a difference there.
Yeah, and when you look at that, UNC, Baycoat was doing what he had to do. And let me give him a shout out to, and I just love his name. I like his name. He's Leaky Black. I don't know if he's related to or the son of Crunchy Black, but Leaky Black did his thing all tournament. 6'8", versatile, was down there putting in work, going, as you said, penetrating deep, getting positioning on those smaller players from those poor young men. I mean, but they fought, though.
Here's the truth about it in sport, right? The big skill guy is probably going to beat the small skill guy. That's just the way it is. That's why you recruit the bigger, stronger athlete to your school. If you can get a bunch of guys that are bigger than the average player, faster than the average player, and they're technically sound, you're probably going to have a team that's going to go far in the playoffs. No, hard hustle and muscle, but to get that one shining moment song saying for you, a lot of stuff has to go right. I mean, for St. Peter's to win, Duke would have had to go on a cold streak. They would have had to go, had not scored a basket for 8 or 9 minutes or something crazy like that. They would have had to get deep into foul trouble. Their big guard and the big man down low might have had to sit down a half or something. That's the only way St. Peter's. But St. Peter's, only thing they could do was try to defend. And all of a sudden, when they got stretched out and you got guys who could penetrate against them and then impose their will on them, it was over. And, you couldn't run enough guys at these guys. These guys were ready to play. I mean, shout out to North Carolina. They were ready to go. And, they weren't afraid of them. And they didn't worry about that press. It was, our guys are better than your guys. There it is. So
yeah.
Congratulations.
Well,
we probably won't see him. We won't see him again. St. Peter's. I hope the young coach gets out here and gets that $1 million contract somewhere. Leave now. Don't wait. If you get an offer, go. You probably got a $500,000 offer coming down the line now. So take that. He's got a young family, and here's to a lot of you guys out there too, especially you young guys, having basketball careers and want to go to the NBA, something like that. There's coaching jobs here, and that guy was making $100,000 a year at that small school, $100,000. I mean, what other job are you going to make? Are you going to take that's going to pay you $100,000 doing something that you love to do? And that's on the low scale of it. You know what I'm saying? Now he's going to go off, probably make 400,000 or 500,000, 600,000, maybe near $1 million. Somebody might give him $1 million a year to coach basketball. That's not a bad job. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys looking to get to the NBA or whatever BA you're trying to go to, but there's other opportunities out here for you. So, you know, take advantage of them all.
Yes, you do. Take all the advantage you can. So you know who it is. You know what it is. He's Jay Sizzle. I'm G Sizzle. This is the Sizzle, and this has been your Sizzle moment. And be careful now, because if you don't do your job, you might get slapped. Shout out to Will Smith. That's my dude. Shout out. Keep your hands up.
Hey, you know what though? Why did Chris Rock just stand there? Why did he put the left hand up? You know what I'm saying? Everybody
what you gonna do?
Everybody know you got to get the left hand up because the overhand right is coming. Everybody know that. Anybody who ever been in a fight, you go like this because you know it's coming. You know?
Maybe he didn't know it was coming.
Oh, what do you think Will Smith was gonna come over there and do? Well, okay, I know this ain't the Will Smith segment, but what did Chris Rock think Will Smith was coming up there to do? We from the neighborhood. We understand that walk when somebody walk up on you like that, right? He wasn't come up there to shake his hand. It was gonna be a confrontation.
No, it wasn't.
Right?
It was a very short confrontation.
It
And my man just turned around and walked away.
Dude, like a gangster.
Who just walks away, fixes your suit, goes back and sits down, and then talks crazy from you from the seats.
Right. Don't even let you get going with your show again. Now he bad-mouthing you from the seat, and everybody can hear him bad-mouthing you because the whole place went silent.
Everybody.
He's
everybody.
flim-flaring and flaring all on the national TV, and you standing up there with your jaw stinging on national TV. Your makeup is smudged.
And he was speaking with his big voice. He said it from his chest. You see me? His chin went up. He barked at him.
He barking at him. You just got to take it. See, in some of y'all communities, I know we talked about this in another segment. In some of y'all communities, Chris Rock, he's such a guy. I don't know why Chris Rock, Chris is got such class. He didn't do anything. But any of y'all from the neighborhood understood exactly what happened right there. And I'm telling you, urban radio, it is going to be a field day tomorrow.
Roland Martin,
field day.
Ricky Smiley.
Steve
Comedy hype. Steve
Harvey is going to be a field day. Now, Steve Harvey might take Chris Rock's side because he's a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So he might come off that way, you know.
But you know what? This is a great example to all of those who thought they're going to defend your boy Kanye West. So don't run up on a grown man when he's in the bathroom if you're a Kanye West fan, because bruh might put them hands on you. And it might not just be the slap. It might be the two-piece with the biscuit with the honey on the side.
Everybody saw what happened to Skinny Black. You know what I'm saying? Don't take the mixtape and just, don't do stuff you ain't supposed to do.
Man,
right?
Why you do that to me, Skinny man?
Come on, Skinny man.
Come on, Skinny man. I ain't mean to do that to you, Skinny.
Don't do. Come on, Skinny. Wake up, Skinny. Look. There's certain, it's jokes. Okay, it's jokes, but some jokes are hurtful. And just because you on stage don't mean you can just say what you want to say about somebody. I mean, people say that about me, but I don't say anything I wouldn't say to somebody's face. Anybody knows me know that to be true. And I'm not gonna pick on somebody, who has a problem that's going on like that. That was low-hanging fruit for him. You know what I'm saying? And because what could Jada Pinkett Smith do? All she could do was up there and look a little bit appalled, right? But her feelings got hurt because you said that, and you should have. And a real man, you know what a real man should have did, Chris Rock? After you ate that slap, you should have looked at Jada and said, "You know what, Jada? It was a joke, but if it hurt your feelings, apparently it did. I apologize to you." And, and now Will, later on, me and you take care of this business later on. We ain't gonna do it here at the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? If he'd have manned up like that, I'd have had mad respect for him for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he didn't. You know, he just ate that slap, and like he looked like, oh man, my makeup smudge.
Well, Jay, it's all jokes. It's all jokes. All right, it's all jokes. If somebody gets punched in the face. Shout out to Mike Tyson. Shout out to Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have said that to Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? You would. You know, here's my whole thing. Y'all thought Will Smith was just gonna punk up, y'all just gonna talk crazy in front of Will Smith?
You know what? Can we put to bed though this notion that Will Smith was running and scared and cowering from Tupac and oh god,
none of that. None of
this
that.
kid's from Philly, man. My man's from Philly, son.
Understand
respect to
this.
Philly brothers.
Understand this. He's married to Jada Pinkett Smith, right? She could have had her pick of people. You understand that, right? So he had to have something about him because he wasn't all super Will Smith when they first got together. He was just Will Smith. You understand what I'm saying? And Jada had been out in the industry around other people, rappers and people like that. So if she wanted a tough guy, she could have got one. And apparently she did get one. You know what I'm saying? That was going to defend her. Don't talk crazy about my wife. I'm 1,000% on that one. Should he have done it? Well, in my opinion, yeah. You know, because you just don't, that was wrong for him to say that. If you're saying something about her clothes or, you know, something like that, that wasn't going to be hurtful about that. But that was low fruit right there. You shouldn't, you know, well, was it too soon? It was too soon when you got smacked upside your head. Was it too soon for you to get a slap? No. How about that? I know, right? Where are all the men? You know, a man should have made a joke like that about a woman like that, not to her face, out in public like that. It's like, come on. You know what I'm
let
saying?
this be a lesson to our young viewers. You know, we talk about mental health all the time, and we talk about people being in a good mental space, but learn to respect others. And as our grandmothers would always tell us, learn to keep your mouth shut. If you can't say something good about somebody, don't say nothing at all.
And don't pick on a woman. To me, you was picking on her. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially somebody with a medical condition. If it's somebody with a mental health problem or something like that, you cracking on them like that or something like that, and they can't defend themselves. She couldn't defend herself. Her husband had to defend her, and he did. You know, so oops, Chris, oops. How about them jokes? You like that? You like that?
So you know who it is. You know what it is. It's the Sizzle in the building. He's Jay Sizzle. I'm G Sizzle. And before somebody else gets slapped, we will see you on the other side.
Keep your left hand high.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet Sports.